Hi, Gerbil Phantom friends. I'm Henrik Loumann. I'm from Denmark, and I just want to introduce you to my new hobby. Or actually, it's not really a new hobby because I had some gerbils when I was 18, 19 years old. It was a biology school project to see how they behave, and then was a holiday in the school and somebody was asked to take care of the Gerbils, and yes, I volunteered to do that. So it actually, what happened, I had the Gerbils for several years. I was living in a college. I was living on a small motorboat, and they were all joining me, and it was really fun, and they were quite easy to handle, and yeah, they were just it was a lot of fun. So yeah, a lot of years has passed since that time now. So, but yeah, today I'm 43 and might be a bit silly to restart this hobby. But I have a son and he's 13 years old, so I got an excuse to restart this hobby because yeah, and it's been a lot of work to convince my wife that gerbils are a cute little animal. He was just saying, "Oh, it's a rat. No, I don't want that inside." So the compromise was I have a small hobby room out here in my garden where I build computers, and yeah, I basically had an empty shelf where I could put this Gerbil cage. So I just bought I think it's 150 liters aquarium, which is, from my point of view, perfect for two, and also maybe some babies. So, but I'll turn the camera around, then you can see how I put up my Gerbil cage. So I apologize if there's something unclear, or just ask me. But yeah, that's how I have done it so far. I'll just turn the camera around. As you can see, I have it's a quite nice cage. Bought a small house. It was for my son. It looks cozy, and yeah, just need a place where they can jump around and hide, and but yeah, it's fine. But they actually not use it so much. But what I mainly use it for is a as a small backup room for food. So if I'm away for a few days, the tower here is always filled with nice foods and seeds and oatmeals and mealworms and yeah, vegetables and what they like. So yeah, if you take the right side here first, there's a small drinking. I don't know what it's called in English, but yeah, small water bottle. But as you can see, I need to put a fence around, otherwise they simply digest the water bottle. It's made of plastic, so it's not really good. But I just took a small yeah, metal net and fold it and hang it on the top of the aquarium. So since that, they have not eaten so much of it. But here you can see the small male. It's called Lars. I don't know, it was just my boy. He was it's really cozy. No, not cozy. Curious. It was the right word. It's called Lars, and there is a black female somewhere, and she is called Line. Lars and Line, two typical Danish names. So yeah, and what all the bedding is simply wood shavings and also hay. It's a mix of that. And the funny part, if when I put new hay into the cage, they simply, the first task is to cut in pieces. So yeah, and what we did, my son and I, we decided, yes, of course they need a place to hide. See, it's really cute. So we did that way. They made this construction down here. It's simply, oh, you don't have to escape now. I think I'll just close the lid right now. Otherwise, he has been a bit interesting for the outside world. So just close the lid. Yes, back to the underground section here is basically a plate with MDF plates with has the same size as an aquarium. It's I think it's 80 times 30 centimeters wide, and then below that there's just some timber around. So there is these small holes here. There is 3 rooms inside. So there's a lot of exit. There's exit here, and also an exit underneath the carton here. And there is also the main exit entrance is here below the house. The hole here is going down under in the basement. And this timber is simply moved in a few centimeters. So there is this walk around passage all the way around here. So it's fun. You can easily see what they are doing here. And also over here, I'll just move the timber here. You also have a hole here. So, yeah, I think they have their nest inside somewhere. They are taking a lot of hay and paper, and also actually love the fur from my golden retriever. So I think they have made a nice nest somewhere inside here. And then the left part here is just a lot of what's called cardboard paper rolls, or cylinders. So just put in a just put down and then fill up with hay and this the oil material. And then there's a small fences here with a hole, and it is simply to avoid too much. They really like to move all the bedding from the one side to the next side. So one day they simply have made these small fences here of just also timber. It's the same timber the basement is built of, and it's simply to avoid that they move too much bedding from the one side to the another side, because sometimes the house is more or less not visible because they have moved all the bedding on the top of the house. So I tried to make some fences. At least I need to move it a long distance to move everything around. What else can I say? Yeah, I have this small wood bridges or walls. It was also, the first use was simply to make a wall between the big area with bedding and then the house area with just a smaller layer of beddings. But I just realized that they just throw the bedding over on top, and then it doesn't make sense to have this wall. So I just formed it into a small bridge so they can make go under and do what they like to do, move around. And so on the top I just have the original frame from the aquarium. No, actually it's the bottom frame, the bottom support from the aquarium. And I simply have this bird cage. I just fold it around, and it seems to work quite well. It's at least the holes is too small to they can move through. And I have this layer of plastic. You can see here it's quite dusty. It's simply when they move all this bedding, they can move it quite far from the aquarium, so to avoid too much bedding outside the aquarium. But yeah, I would really like to know what you think about it. And I apologize if my English is not really perfect, but yeah, you have to survive that. Good, and I'm looking forward to see your comments and a lot of questions, and also what I would like to know how you make your cages. What I know from the past is they actually like a big layer of bedding, but maybe it's due to this basement. They do not make any tunnels, but maybe it's a wrong bedding, I don't know, or maybe it's because it already is all this tunnel pre-made for them. So, but nevertheless, they move around with the bedding. I think it's where they get the exercise. And right now I do not have any wheel in here. I do not really have the space for it, and yeah. But for now, I think they get a lot of exercise, and this basement here is actually is double the area they can live in. And my next plan is actually to make a layer more, so there's a double layer of a big labyrinth, a big maze, or what it's called in English. So, but yeah, the next part is to start the taming. They're already a bit tame. They can be hand-fed by nuts and mealworms, and they have been outside. At least the male, I have been outside in the hand, and I have a golden retriever, which are really interesting in the small fellows here. And my dog is a quite good mouse hunter, so it was the first time he saw the Gerbils. She couldn't stay in the fur. She was simply so interesting and excited, so she was shaking. But now, when I say, "Oh, should we go out and look to the sweet ones?" she is completely crazy and would just run out to the small house out here in the garden. And she has when I have them in the hand, she is really gentle and just looking at them or looking away, and yeah. So that was end of this video. Thank you very much, and please reply or enjoy the other videos I have in different topics, both sailing and yeah, hot tubs and everything else. Just yeah, see you. Cheers.